Part 2. Had a conference with my client, and a small one. And I'm glad we did, because you see this piping coming out of here? That's a secondary drain line for an air conditioning system. And this is the main bedroom suite. That's a secondary drain line, and it's supposed to be over a window like it is. I'm looking for another one now. It's supposed to be over a window. And being over a window, when you see the water coming out of there, you know that you have an event. You know that you've got an issue. You know that you need to call the air conditioning guy. Also, this is beyond the scope of what I do, but we got some AstroTurf out here coming on along, because I was just running. And sometimes you want to stop and take a break. And what we got here is the siding. I was talking about the siding over here touching the patio. We've also got siding touching the roof. There's supposed to be a 2-inch gap, and you're supposed to be able to see the flashing that's behind that siding. And what'll happen is the water is going to wick up off of the shingles, and when the water wicks up off the shingles, then it's going to go into the siding. It's going to cause rot. When this roof was replaced, it'd have been better, okay, if the flashing had been installed properly, but it wasn't. See the flashing right there? Okay? It's supposed to be curled in and sealed so that wind-driven rain can't go where you're looking. You can't go behind the chimney. And then over here we got a furnace flue. I guess it's a furnace. Yeah, that's a furnace flue. And you see how it's diagonal? It's supposed to be 90 degrees vertical. When it's diagonal like that, that can prohibit flue from drawing, from exhausting the way it should. It probably won't, but it can. It can. They make these rules for a reason. I didn't make them up. Trees should not be touching the roof covering. You see, we got some vents up here. I wonder what kind of vents those are. We'll get up in there in the attic and see what we can see. Oh, got some vents up there. And if you're seeing this, then you already know that I did not walk this roof. I'm not walking a wet roof. But you know what? Even on a good day, this roof is the pitch. The pitch is steep enough that this is more than likely that I wouldn't walk that. But the tree should not be on your roof covering. Had some separation over here. Tree shouldn't be closer than 25 feet to the structure. This is the office study and the main bedroom suite, and you can kind of see how the brickwork is separating from the window frame right there. The back exterior faucet. More flagstone. Wood mulch next to the house. That's high soil. Bushes are touching the house. All that's conducive to wood destroying insects. Is this a stump or just a big old log? That's a big old log. You need to get rid of it. I mean, it's pretty. I get that. Man, I can sit out here, put an ashtray out there, and smoke a craft beer, and drink a Moderno cigar, and just enjoy life. But you're asking for termites. Wood mulch. Coming along. This is the flue for the water heater, so that's how I know that other flue is for the furnace, or a furnace. I'm also noticing that our fireplace chimney has a cap. So it does have a cap. These are my notes too. Water heater TMP discharges too high. It should be no further than 6 inches. We've got another video for that. Got another video for these guys where we talk about that they're not level and they're not high enough off of the ground, and they have the wrong kind of insulating foam on the lines. We talked that this is a 5-ton and this is a 3-ton. We got high soil right in here. Now see the way this high soil is built up? I don't know, but sometimes foundation repair looks like that. Sometimes foundation repair looks just like that. Rain gutters should not discharge water this close to the house. We've got some erosion starting here. We've had some stair-step cracks that have been repaired. We've got some mortar repaired. It didn't match real well, but it looks like it's performing. Also, for some reason, it's important to get a lawn sprinkler on this side of the house. Alright, somehow it looks like there might have been some foundation repair I don't know. I think you should talk about it. I think that's some discussion. We got another window that's fogging over here. That's what we call it, fogging. Seals compromised. Got some yellow jackets starting their little starter family. Got some cracks between the brick and mortar on the soldier bricks. We call these soldier bricks, and these are sailor bricks. You see the boats sailing across the ocean. The soldiers marching across the top of the boats. That's what we got. Coming on along, we've got a skylight, rain gutters diverting water directly onto the roof again. Coming along, some of this apron flashing. Okay. Is that better? Some of this apron flashing, like right here where the rain gutter is. Okay, see how it's kind of grinning at you? Can you see that? Really? Not too impressive. Okay. But some of that apron flashing, hillbilly home inspection. Okay, it needs to be sealed better along this west wall up here. And just my method. How about this? Apron flashing along west wall could be better sealed. Okay. Moving on along. Okay, underneath the kitchen window, it looks like we've had some repair and the cracks have re-emerged. Stair-step cracks right there. We got water sitting here. I got a better picture of it. I got a still image of it, you know, where I got it later. But we don't have really good drainage here either. Another water heater, and the T&P drain lines are too high. They're higher than 6 inches. Also, we got some wood rot on the vertical trim board at the southwest corner of the upper level. And what I'm talking about right there is right in there, behind the rain gutter. You can see that? You got a little wood rot starting right there. Come on. Stair-step cracks through the brick and mortar. Notice that I said between the brick and mortar earlier, and now I'm saying through the brick and mortar. It's because some of these cracks are actually traveling through the brickwork. So it's a small variation, but okay, the gas is entering the west side of the garage, and where that piping is entering the brickwork, that should have been sealed. But what I'm not seeing here is an electrical bonding wire for the gas. So I'm assuming, that's how you get in trouble, that most likely we got some electric bonding on one or both of the furnaces. This could be better, but sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes that's what it is. But we don't know yet. We're just getting started here. Electric meter on the west side of the garage. And like the air conditioning video that you're going to see, this box should have been sealed on 3 sides, the tops and the sides. This is the grounding rod. They're supposed to be buried. They're supposed to be buried. Let's see how strong you are, sir. I'm only seeing one grounding rod. Okay. Well, when this home was built, that was about all they gave you. This home was built this morning. It has some different electrical requirements. It seems to be nice and snug. You'll probably never have a problem with it. But it's supposed to be driven all the way into the ground. That's an 8-foot rod. It's not 7 foot 6 inches. It's not 7 foot and 9 inches. Now an electrician can put an ohm meter on that and he can get enough resistance, and the code inspector will be happy with it. That's the way they did it in my house. But I don't know if any of that happened here. All I have is the throw down dirty rule. That grounding rod should have been buried better. Moving on along, we're now going to have a little bit of repeats here. The exterior light fixtures. Well, I mean, we're getting close to some repeats. Because I remembered something earlier that I forgot earlier. But the light fixtures should be sealed so that water can't get into them. The garage door casement should not be in direct contact with the ground. We've got wood panel doors. That's nice. We've got the mouse hole. Remember that guy? This is a... Well, I guess 2 birds with 1 stone. You see this where the casement's separated? They come in and they've sealed it. We've definitely had some movement here. We have. Now, see right here, that crack. Okay, some people call them corner pops. Call it what you will. It's a shrinkage crack. And what happens is the cement and the brick expand and contract at different rates. And continuously, the cement is continuously drying, but you'll never be able to measure that. And the brick is continuously growing, and you'll never be able to measure that. And there should have been some flashing between the two to allow for those kinds of movements, the thermodynamics and the natural properties of the materials. These materials expand and contract at different rates, and they travel in different directions. But the flashing never goes to the corners. The stress shows up, and you get these things. Corner pops. Yeah, you get the shrinkage cracks. Now, that is not a foundation problem. That's not a foundation problem. If it's large enough and big enough, it might be a brick problem. If it's someplace, around foliage and stuff, and the cracks there, it might be conducive to wood destroying insects. I don't think this is one. It would be called slab cracks. And no, it's just your corners. But that's okay. That's okay. And you see this hole over here? Is like, if you remember back when we were on the back porch. Okay, it's called a weep hole. Okay. Brick is a great building material. It's fireproof. Not the house, not the wood behind it. This is a fascia. But the house could burn down and the brick could stay, and sometimes it does. It's very durable. It's insulating. It's permanent unless you need to repoint it, like on the other side of the wall, or unless you paint it and then you got to repaint it. But as it is as a product, it's pretty much maintenance free. So, but one characteristic about brick is that it's porous, and we expect this material to leak. So we have weep holes right there. See that? We got weep holes because homeownership 101. All roofs, all walls leak. We design them to shed water faster than they accept it. Now over here, that's a natural wood top. That's fine. Over the arch, that's a natural formation. But sometimes we have lintels right there. And when you have a lintel, okay, that's steel. And it's not porous, and it holds water. So anytime you have a fenestration, that's French for hole in your wall. I mean, fenestrations are windows and doors. But anytime you have a lintel over a fenestration, then you should also have, like these weep holes over here. Okay, you should have weep holes over there. You should have weep holes over there, even though it's protected inside the portico. You should have weep holes over there. You should have, well, not there. That's an arch, but you should have weep holes over there. So that's just a thing.